Hello newbies, this is Suspect Amy, and as you all know, War of the Visions is officially ending service for its global version. So I'm here to do one last video going through my account progress and sharing what finally made me snap and quit the game recently. I also want to talk about my favorite heroes. I really hope some other content creators, like Arisaya, Orange, Ready Player Will, Cabbage, Diggs, and whoever else, do a quick video just talking about their favorite characters. It's a fun way to appreciate the game's character designers one last time before things go dark. I'll scroll through my vision cards and gear really quick, then dive into the heroes. Just to give you an idea of how I played the game, I guess you could call me a dolphin maybe? There was this one Visor pack. I think it was called Type F or Type H or something. And for $45 or $50, it gave you some discounted Viz. I can't remember exactly how much. Maybe 10,000? Anyway, you could buy it 4 times per month, and if you spaced it out weekly, you could trigger the whale bonus in the battle passes every week. 10k Viz wasn't a ton, but it was enough to pull for a hero every couple of banners and help level them up. Honestly, I have no clue how anyone could enjoy playing this game without buying Visor like that. It was crazy expensive, and you'd need to save currency for literal months just to have a shot at a new unit. Just like in Epic 7, I made the decision to stick with a waifu-only account to help limit which banners I pulled on and which heroes I spent resources building. At that point in the game, I was really only having fun with hero collecting. I loved the story and the character designs, so I'd pull on new waifus and try to build them up, and that was basically it. So what made me quit the game? It was the Final Fantasy X-2 collab. Did I hate that game so much it made me quit? No, it was actually the opposite. I made a whole video about how much I loved that game, and how excited I was to pull on Yuna and Riku. I even had money set aside just to buy the usual discount Visiore packs that come with collabs, and go hard on those banners. But when the collab dropped, there were no new discount packs. You could only buy full-priced Viz, which was just insanely expensive. I played for a couple more weeks, waiting for any kind of discounted pack to show up, but nothing. And at that stage, even if I pulled the units, it would have been too difficult to build them before the collab ended. So, I quit. I know, rage quitting because I didn't get a discount pack might sound silly, but collecting heroes was the only real joy I got from this game, and if I couldn't even do that, then what was the point? Anyway, let's dive into my favorite heroes. Like I said, I was waifu only, and I think I had pretty much every waifu in the game leveled to 140. Some units, like Selection Quest heroes or those from collabs that never re-ran, weren't at 140, but other than that, here's the list of heroes I had left to max out. Let's go through each element and pick my favorites. For a waifu-only account, fire was by far my weakest element. The biggest issue was finding a waifu tank who could generate hate and take a ton of damage. A good tank is key to taking on the highest level content. For fire, the only waifu tank I had was Terra, and honestly, I don't think she was that great at tanking. My favorite hero from this element? Definitely Luartha. She was my first unit with a 4-hit attack, so she was my go-to for all those chaining quests. Not to mention her voice acting was fun and chaotic in the story.
Does that sound exciting to you? I can't think of a more boring outcome.
You want the world to fall into even greater turmoil?
Oh, I do. Should I feel bad about that?
Ice was probably my strongest element, thanks to great waifu tanks like Agrias and Freyavia. My favorite ice hero, and maybe favorite unit overall, is Salir. Even though she was a bit overprotective of her brother, her voice acting was top tier, and I loved her banter with Rachis. She also played a huge role in one of my favorite story arcs, the epic battle between Lucia and Melnia.
Then that means I have no choice but to go with you.
How does that work?
It would not do to let my sister-to-be face danger on her lonesome.
I'm going to cast Bio on you from behind while we're out there. That way I can watch you slowly die with every annoying step you take.
For Wind, I was going to say Halloween Leela was my favorite since she's a staple on my teams, and I love her VA. But honestly, Joom takes the cake. She's a strong wind tank, and her awkwardness in social situations is such a fun quirk in her story.
Correct. It should be around here somewhere. Tell me where it is.
I haven't seen it myself, if that's of any help.
It seems you're just as useless as the last.
What did you... Lady Joom!
What is it? Do not impede me.
You won't learn anything asking like that. You'll only make them uncomfortable.
Why would speaking the truth make them uncomfortable?
Earth really struggled to find a decent waifu tank, until someone recommended Kilfi. She's a mage but can actually take decent damage and generate hate. My favorite Earth hero has to be Melnia. That battle against Lucia was epic, and even though Renelle kind of stole the show, their voice lines and relationship gave me some lasting story memories.
You talk too much for your own good.
How could you?
Now I have a clear understanding of our foe's speed and accuracy.
Charlotte was my primary lightning tank and a meta choice for damage mitigation. But my favorite hero is actually Lightning herself. Might be controversial, but in the Final Fantasy games I've played, she's my favorite hero of them all. My water team was trash until Summer Glaciella dropped. She was the tank I desperately needed, and honestly, she's my favorite water hero. Glaciella's love triangle story arc with Mashiri was the first major hook where I couldn't put my iPad down. I had to know what happened next.
To think that you still worry for your companion when you face the end of my spear.
Same story with Light, was struggling until Lilith released as a top-tier waifu light tank. Lots of great waifu options for Light, but I have to go with Elsorel. Her story with Camillo, where she's clearly in love with him and all he does is simp for Mashiri, is just too funny.
Now it seems all my efforts were in vain. My time wasted.
No, you are wrong there.
Ugh.
There are surely others who have their eye on you. Considering you, probably.
It would be nice if that were the case.
They might even already, be close by.
Really? Where?
You know, around, somewhere.
Until Raph came out, Whisper was my only dark waifu tank, and she was hot garbage. But honestly, she's still my favorite dark waifu, and probably everyone's. Her deadpan speech and the amount of respect she gets as the Sanctum's personal guard, iconic.
If we don't do something, then the Crystal Sanctum will go to waste.
You talk too much. If you find yourself at a loss with all your free time, then I have an assignment for you.
One final thing I want to say. What I'll miss most about War of the Visions is how amazing the community was when I first started making videos. My early videos were absolute garbage. Some had terrible info, but the community was still so kind and supportive. Of all the games I've covered on my channel, War of the Visions had the most welcoming fan base. Thank you all for such an incredible experience. That's all I've got for today. Thanks for watching my video. Bye everyone!